Okay, now let's come to the early pay critical illness rider, which is actually a rider which is also the latest in the market, and for which we pay out even though you are at first stage of heart problem, first stage of kidney failure, first stage of cancer and whatnot. Okay, how does it work? It comes up to in total 92 critical illnesses, and we pay out on the basis of 30% as far as it's low severity. That means it's not serious yet, but diagnosed already. So we pay 30% first. Out of the let's say you buy 100,000, we pay 30% first round. Then second round will be moderate severity, we pay 60%, and after that it becomes serious severity, then we pay 100%. And on top of that, we also pay 20% for any of the 3 types of diabetic related diseases. Okay, so this is basically a critical illness protection at an early stage. Alright, and then at the same time is 92 critical illness, which is actually very comprehensive, and is grouped under 36 categories ranging from low to high. Okay, and at the same time, but just to reinforce, is that we also pay additional benefit on top. We are the only one in the market that pays on top of the 36 illnesses, 20%. That means for every 100,000 a person purchase, alright, the 20% extra means 120% in total for diabetic related diseases. Now let's give an example. If a person has got multiple claims, okay, is it multiple claims allowed without waiting period? Yes, multiple claims are allowable for this program up to a maximum of 120% sum assured. That means 100,000 you can claim the various versions of 130,000 based on different type of diseases. For example, now if a person purchase 100,000 of this called early pay critical illness rider, in short we call it as early EPCI, in short EPCI. Let's say this scenario, a person has got brain aneurysm surgery, first claim, okay, and this first claim is only beginning, so we call it as low severity. So how do we pay? First round, because it's low, we always pay 30%. So it's 100,000. Out of the 100,000 you buy, we pay 30%. So 30% means 30,000. But later, this person has got carotid artery surgery, something of the heart, carotid artery surgery. Now this is categorized as medium severity. It means moderate type of seriousness. Here also we pay another 30%. Alright, now so how much is it? Another 30% of 100,000 means 30,000. Alright, now then at the same time, later on, not too long later, the person got stroke. Okay, he is hit with a stroke. Now stroke is classified under high severity. That means serious enough. So if serious enough, we will pay 40%. So how does it work? Out of the 100,000, that means 100,000 multiplied by 40%. 40% means 40,000. Okay, but at the same time, you must remember this 100,000 is shared for all the three scenarios. First round, you already paid 30%. Second round, also 30%. So third round, what's the balance? It's 40,000. So it's 100,000 multiply minus 100,000 minus 30,000 first round, minus 30,000 another 30,000 second round, and now third round balance is 40%, which is 40,000. Alright, so you find that that's how it works, even though you have multiple claims within the same year, within the same period. Alright, now may I now move on to the next scenario. Now this here just now we talk about is same critical illness category, because we have a category. Then another category is whereby different type of critical illness category, such as loss of independent existence. Okay, one category. Another one is the heart, coronary artery bypass surgery is another category. And third one is cancer. Alright, so you find that these three belongs to a separate category. So the first claim of this loss of independent assistance is an early loss of independent assistance. So early stage on, maybe the person cannot walk so well because of a very mild stroke or something like that. Okay, so it's low severity. Again, if a person were to purchase 100,000, then it will be just 30% of the 100,000. So we pay 30,000 out of the 100,000. And the next claim, alright, have to do with the heart. Okay, coronary artery bypass surgery. We call this event, let's say, the heart has got so many types of bypass, right? And we call this pericardectomy. Pericardectomy. Now, this is a very low, mild situation. And yet, AI pays. How do we pay? Is actually 30,000 again. Why? Because it is low severity. So it's 100,000 multiplied by 30%, that gives you 30,000. Yeah? Can get it? Now, the next one, let's say cancer. Cancer also have early stage cancer or a late stage cancer. So assuming now this cancer that is being diagnosed is actually a serious one, serious stage, and is high category. So what we do here is that it will be 100,000 multiplied by the 40%. Okay, remember the payout is 30% low severity, another 30% moderate severity, and if it's high severity is 40%. So now this case is 40%. So 100,000 multiplied by 40% is actually 40,000. Alright, so that's the payout. So you find that this critical illness event of the second claim, now this second scenario we're talking about, of a different critical illness category, okay, compared with the first one, alright, and is of different pairing of critical illness as the first claim. Therefore, 30% of the sum insured is payable. Now, I must emphasize that, however, there are exceptions that will apply to the following four pairings of critical illness events as listed below. First is early loss of independent assistance, alright, early Alzheimer's disease, moderately severe Alzheimer's diseases. So these are called early exceptions of the pairing. The second one will be early loss of independent assistance, early Parkinson's disease, moderately severe Parkinson's disease. And the third one, early coronary artery disease, pericardectomy, minimally invasive direct coronary artery bypass grafting. And the last one, other coronary artery disease, pericardectomy, minimally invasive direct coronary artery bypass grafting. Alright, now don't ask me in detail how it is because I'm not a doctor, but these are the terminologies that is associated with the claim. So for all these pairings, even if the subsequent claim with high severity is of a different critical illness category as the earlier claim, so whatever benefit previously paid for the earlier claim will be deducted from the subsequent claim payable. Alright, now if subsequent claim is equivalent to or lower, I repeat, if the subsequent claim is equivalent to or lower severity than the earlier claim, despite being of a different critical illness category, then no benefit is payable for the subsequent category. Okay, so the remaining, in this case, the remaining sum assured is payable for the third claim after deducting the total benefit paid for the first two claims. Scenario 3. Now, scenario 3 is slightly different. It talks about different critical illness category with additional benefit for diabetic related disease. Now, how does this go? Now, example, as you can see on page 4, lung disease. Second category will be diabetic related disease. Then third category, lung disease again. And fourth category, brain surgery. So the first claim, let's move back to the first claim, the lung disease column. The critical illness event is called surgical removal of one lung. Now, this is classified under as medium severity. Okay, now being medium severity, how would it go? It's actually 100,000, which is the sum assured. Straight away, medium severity is actually 60%, right? Remember? So multiply by 60%, and that will result in a payout of 60,000 ringgit claim. Okay, for this first claim. Then the second category would be the surgery is type 2 diabetic retinopathy. Now, because this has no relevance as to whether it's severe or not severe, will still pay out. Remember, from the very beginning, I did mention that this, anything to do with diabetes, we pay on top. So on top here means 20% more than 100,000. So it doesn't fall under any level of severity. So you have got 100,000 being the sum insured, multiplied by 20%. Okay, so the benefit payout would be 20,000. Okay, got it? Now, we now move on to the third claim. The third claim relates to severe asthma. Severe asthma is classified as low severity. Okay, now, because of this low severity, asthma, low severity, once a claim is made from any low severity, any severity level, no further benefits will be payable for other claims of a lower or same severity level. So in this case, no benefit is payable as asthma, as severe asthma is a lower severity critical illness event of the first claim. That is surgical removal of one lung. You got it? Because it's already paid out in view of the first claim, right? Paid out 60,000. Alright, so there's no more low severity on this. Okay? And then the last one is brain surgery, which is the fourth claim. Brain surgery is of high severity. Okay? Being high severity, how would the claim be? Remember, sum insured is 100,000, and if it's high severity, it is 100% paid out, right? So it's 100,000 multiplied by 100%, which is 100,000. But we have paid out total of 60,000. You remember? 60,000 in the first claim because of medium severity for the removal of one lung. So 100,000 minus 60,000 leaves a balance of 40,000 for this brain surgery, which is classified as high severity. So you got it? I hope you are very clear by now. Now, the only thing is that you must remember that the remaining of the sum assured that is payable on fourth claim after deducting the total benefit paid for first claim and the benefit payable for diabetic related disease on the second claim is being excluded as this additional payout on top of the sum assured, as I have explained to you earlier. Got it? Now, you may ask, then, this EPCIR, how long is it going to cover? So we will cover this until the age of 70 or 85, or upon maturity of the basic plan, whichever is earlier. Alright? And when does your coverage starts? Your coverage actually starts from the date on which you completed and signed an application form that is approved by us and which you have received the appropriate premium. And the minimum sum assured is actually 50,000. And the sum assured must be in multiples of 1,000. Alright, minimum sum assured is 5,000. Sorry, minimum sum assured is 5,000, and the minimum sum assured in multiples must always be expressed as in multiples of 1,000. And this EPCIR can always be attached to any regular premium investment linked plans or any selected traditional plans. Okay, now let's come to the early pay critical illness rider, which is actually a rider which is also the latest in the market, and for which we pay out even though you are at first stage of heart problem, first stage of kidney failure, first stage of cancer and whatnot. If it's a child were to be covered for this, then what is the percentage of the total sum insured payable? If the child is less than 1 year old, the sum insured payable is actually 20%. If it's 1 year old, then it's 40%, 2 years old, 60%, 3 years old, 80%, 4 years old and above, 100%. Okay? So, in regards to eligibility, you may ask, when can one be eligible to purchase this EPCIR? It's actually available to individuals from 4 weeks to age 60, subject to the approval of our underwriters. Alright? Now, then, just as a simple guide on the cost of or the premium payable for this insurance coverage. The indicative premiums for every 1,000 sum insured, example, a male, non-smoker, standard health, first one would be, say, 20 years old. Alright, then the next category is 30 years old, and the next category is 40 years old. If it's attached to traditional plans as a rider until age 85, if you are 20 years old, it's $7.94 for per 1,000. Alright, that means for every 1,000, you pay $7.94. If it's 30 years old, it's 13 ringgit 77. And 40 years old is 24 ringgit 61 cents. However, if you were to attach to traditional plans where the rider expires at age 70, alright, for a person who is buying at 20 years old, it's 5 ringgit 80 cents. If the person is 30 years old, it's 9 ringgit 80 cents, and if 40 years old, it's 17 ringgit 50 cents. However, if the same person were to purchase it, this EPCIR, and is attached to any regular premium of investment-linked plan, if your person is 20 years old, it is $1.11 per 1,000. 30 years old, $1.40, and 40 years old, $3.46. So the question is, you may ask, will my premium or cost of insurance increase as my age increase? Okay, for premium paying rider, the premium rates are level and based on the age of issue date of the plan. Meaning to say, for premium paying rider, that means if you want to pay the premium as it goes on, then you will be level and you will not increase. However, if it's for unit deducting rider, meaning to say that it's investment linked type, then the cost of insurance to be charged will depend on your attained age. Now, then the terms and conditions for this policy. Of course, it's importance of disclosure. It's very, very pertinent and important that you disclose all material facts such as medical conditions and state your age correctly. Obviously, there's also a free look period where you may cancel your policy by returning to us the policy contract and giving us a written notice that you have signed by you. And upon receiving this, within 15 days after you receive the policy contract, then the premium that you have paid less any medical fee incurred, we will refund it to you. And grace period is always 31 days, otherwise it will lapse. Waiting period is normally the standard duration for high severity. Waiting period for critical illness event defined under high severity is 60 days. 60 days from the date or commencement of the rider or the issue date of the policy, whichever is later, for the cancer, heart attack, coronary artery, bypass surgery, or other serious coronary artery diseases, and angioplasty, and other invasive treatments for major coronary artery disease. And it's 30 days from the issue date of commencement of the rider, whichever is later, for other critical illness event. So the next waiting period for critical illness event, which is defined as low severity, medium severity, and diabetic related diseases, this will be 60 days from the issue date or commencement date of the rider, whichever is later, for all critical illness event. And obviously the last term and condition would be that of survival period. you must have a minimum of 30 days survival upon diagnosis of a covered critical illness event. Alright, so that means the person must survive at least 30 days before the claim can be done. Now, let's give an example. If a person has got multiple claims, okay, is it multiple claims allowed without waiting period? Yes, multiple claims are allowable for this program up to a maximum of 120% sum assured. That means 100,000, you can claim the various versions of 130,000 based on different type of diseases. For example, now if a person purchase 100,000 of this called early pay critical illness rider, in short we call it as early EPCI, in short EPCI. Let's say this scenario, a person has got brain aneurysm surgery, first claim, okay, and this first claim is only beginning, so we call it as low severity. So how do we pay? First round, because it's low, we always pay 30%. So it's 100,000 out of the 100,000 you buy, we pay 30%. So 30% means 30,000. But later, this person has got carotid artery surgery, something of the heart, carotid artery surgery. Now this is categorized as medium severity. It means moderate type of seriousness. Here also we pay another 30%. Alright, now, so how much is it? Another 30% of 100,000 means 30,000. Alright, now, then at the same time, later on, not too long later, the person got stroke. Okay, he is hit with a stroke. Now stroke is classified under high severity. That means serious enough. So if serious enough, we will pay 40%. So how does it work? Out of the 100,000, it means 100,000 multiplied by 40%. 40% means 40,000. Okay, but at the same time, you must remember this 100,000 is shared for all the three scenarios. First round, you already paid 30%. Second round, also 30%. So third round, what's the balance? It's 40,000. So it's 100,000 100,000 minus 30,000 first round, minus 30,000 another 30,000 second round, and now third round balance is 40%, which is 40,000. Alright, so you find that that's how it works, even though you have multiple claims within the same year, within the same period. Alright, now what are the exclusions? Now, under this EPCIR, the exclusions on this for the plan, which means it does not cover, would be the signs and symptoms of critical illness event defined under high severity are manifested prior to or within 60 days from the issue date or commencement date of the rider, whichever is later for cancer, heart attack, coronary artery bypass surgery, other serious coronary artery disease, and angioplasty, and other invasive treatments for major coronary artery diseases. Okay, the second one is that the signs and symptoms of the critical illness event defined under high severity are manifested prior to or within 30 days from the issue date or commencement date of the rider, whichever is later for all other critical illness event. Third one, the sign and symptoms of critical illness event defined under low severity, medium severity, and diabetic related severity are manifested prior to or within 60 days from the issue date or commencement date of the rider, whichever is later. The fourth one, the critical illness event arises from a pre-existing condition. Remember, pre-existing condition, which existed prior to the issue date of the commencement of the date of the rider, whichever is later. So this covers pre-existing, okay? And the next one would be where the critical illness is diagnosed due to what? Congenital defect or disease, meaning the person is born with it, and which was manifested or diagnosed before the person attains the age of 17 years old. Alright? Likewise, the other exclusion would be those that are caused by self-inflicted injuries. The next one, where it's caused directly or indirectly by AIDS or HIV infection, except for HIV due to blood transfusion. The second last one would be where this critical illness event under low severity or medium severity is caused directly by alcohol or drug abuse. And finally, the final exclusion would be if the critical illness event is within the same or low severity of the previous critical illness event claim, save and except for angioplasty and other invasive treatment for major coronary artery diseases. Okay, so this list is not exhaustive, and one must refer to the policy contract for the full exclusions under this plan.